Hi, my name is Bea Stengo, and I'm a managing librarian at Monterey County Free Library. Welcome to Adulting 101. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about meal planning and grocery shopping. And the two go hand in hand. So why do you want a meal plan? Well, I'll tell you that meal planning can help you save time. It can also help you save money. It can remove the guessing around what you want to eat or what you have to eat. And it can potentially help you eat healthier. So there's lots of advantages to planning your meals and doing it along with grocery shopping. And so I'm going to give you 5 tips for meal planning and grocery shopping. Shouldn't take a lot of time. Just set aside maybe 30 minutes during your week to plan your meals. And then after the first time you do it, it'll get easier. You can just add it to your regular routine. So first step is to make a list of all the foods that you like to eat and that you can cook or like to cook. And remember to think of breakfasts and lunches as well, but mostly I'm thinking about dinners when it comes to meal planning, because those are usually the bigger meal of the day and usually take a little bit more thought and energy. By making a list, it'll help you think about what kind of foods you like to eat. It'll make you really aware of the things that you do eat. And it can also inspire you maybe to try new recipes. There's lots of cookbooks in your library with simple recipes to cook for 1 or for 2, or for a whole family if you have a whole family already. I do advise that you start simple, start with what you know, just to make it easier on yourself, and then you can expand from there. We are looking at the whole picture, so one thing that's nice is that sometimes if you make meals, that they can serve as, and there's something left over, they can serve as lunch for the next day. Step 2 is to think about how many meals, how many dinners you want to cook during the week. So at this point, it might be good to look at your calendar and see what your plans are. See if you have a time when you're going to be hanging out with friends or going out. And so that'll help you decide how many meals you want to make that week. You can, you might have a plan that you go out every Friday to dinner or hang out with friends or whatever. And so then you'll say, okay, I'm going to only plan 5 meals this week or 6 meals this week, rather than 7, rather than cooking every single night of the week. And so giving yourself one day off might be kind of fun. And this is where it really saves you money. When you cook for yourself and make your own food, it really saves you money on the eating out and the restaurants and the takeout. So that can really add up after a while and can get pretty expensive. So when you cook for yourself, it's much more economical. Step 3, so after you've made your list and thought about how many meals you want to plan, step 3 is to decide what meals you want to eat that week. So what meals you're planning to make that week. And when you think about that, at the same time, think about what food needs to go into those recipes. So if you're making a stir fry, and you typically make it with tofu, make sure you have tofu in the fridge, and tofu can expire pretty quickly sometimes. So make sure you have fresh tofu and it hasn't been sitting in there for 6 months. Or if you make it with meat, make sure that your meat is fresh. So this is where you start listing all the ingredients. Check the broccoli to make sure the broccoli is still fresh and it hasn't started wilting or turning yellow. So, here's where you write down all your ingredients that you'll need to make the meals that you want that week. And you can decide that something that you buy can go for a couple of days. Say that you decide to make a chicken stir fry and then the next day you decide to make, I don't know, just chicken cutlets with sweet potatoes or something like that, just something simple. And so then you can say, okay, I'll buy a whole packet of chicken and then that'll go for 2 meals that week or as many meals as you need. So this is the step where you actually write down what you're going to eat that week. Okay. Now, step 4, this is an important step. Scan your refrigerator and your cupboards to figure out exactly what food you have on hand. So go to your refrigerator, check on your broccoli, check on your peppers, check on your tofu, check on your other various items in there, check the date on your milk, smell your milk, make sure it's still okay. So go through your fridge at this point and decide what you need to keep, what you need to throw away, and what you still need to buy, because some of the things that you have in your fridge might work great for the meals that you're planning this coming week. And after you have scanned your refrigerator and your cupboards and seen what ingredients you have on hand, now you make your grocery list. So you list all the foods that you need to buy still from the grocery store, write them all down. And as you're writing them down, it would be really helpful to group them by the section of the grocery store. So if you're getting some dairy products, they usually put eggs and milk and sour cream and butter in the same section. So you might want to put those type of items in one area of your list all together. And then they usually have produce together, fruits and vegetables. So make sure that you put those items together, and then you can list your other things. So when you go to the grocery store, make sure you have your shopping list that you wrote down, and it might be helpful to bring a little pencil or pen along with you so that you can check them off as you go. Okay, so that's it. That's the basics of meal planning and grocery shopping. And a couple more tips for grocery shopping. Make sure you look at the dates, especially if you're getting perishables like dairy and meat. Make sure that the dates are into the future a little bit, and it's not going to expire tomorrow. That gives it a little bit more shelf life to you and gives you the whole week to use it rather than having to use it by tomorrow. And for meat items, you can maybe freeze them, and that will extend their shelf life for a little bit longer, but not too long. That's it. That's the basics of the meal planning and grocery shopping. And like I said, this can possibly reduce food waste. You can buy healthy options for yourself, potentially eat healthier, and hopefully it'll take the guessing work out of what you need to eat. And when you open your fridge, you'll have healthy options in there to eat. So just a little bit of planning can go a long way. So good luck, and thanks for watching.